Jeremy Fink and the Meaning of Life, Chapter 17, Milestones. In the time it takes us to sort through the suitcase, half the building passes Miss Sanchez. She says we look hungry and brings us tacos. I pretend to eat mine, but stick it in my bag and eat one of my peanut butter sandwiches instead. Bobby asks if he can play with Lizzie's doll, and she reluctantly lets him take it upstairs with him. I think it shows strength of character on my part that I haven't teased her about that doll. It hasn't been easy. Besides all the things Mr. Oswald had said were in there, we find $6.32 worth of pennies and nickels, 2 thimbles, 18 rusty nails, an old watch with cracked face, dozens of pull tops from old soda cans, assorted tinfoil balls, 3 leaky batteries, and more than a few dead beetles. With only the keys remaining in the suitcase, it is light enough for me to carry alone. How many do you think we got? I ask, stopping a few feet away from my apartment door to rest. 200, she guesses. I nod. At least. It's going to take us hours, days. We're going to have to bring it with us to your grandmother's. If we get started tonight, maybe we can finish it tomorrow. Lizzie shakes her head. I don't feel very good. That taco isn't sitting well, if you know what I mean. You can start without me, though. I shake my head. We can wait till tomorrow. Either the keys are here or they're not. I pick up the suitcase again and drag it the rest of the way, bumping up each stair as we go. If you need anything, my mom has a pharmacy worth of stomach stuff in the medicine cabinet. Thanks, she says with a small moan. I'm just gonna lie down. A few hours later, Mom and I are playing cards in the kitchen when Lizzie knocks on the door. She's clutching her stomach and looks pale. Miss Fink, I think I need your help. Mom jumps up from the table and herds Lizzie into the bathroom. I hear them talking, but can't hear what they're saying. I don't want to intrude, but I'm worried. Lizzie's never sick. She's like me with the iron stomach. I turn the corner to the bathroom time to see my mom slap Lizzie on the cheek. When she takes her hand away, I can see a red handprint. Then my mom pulls her into a hug, and they both start laughing. Laughing. My jaw literally falls open in a shock. Mom has never hit me, and I know Mr. Molden has never hit Lizzie. Mom, what are you doing? Whatever Lizzie did, it can't be that bad, and she's sick, too. Jeremy, it's okay, Lizzie says, wiping away a tear. I can feel the blood rising to my cheeks. How is it okay, Mom? Why? Why did you hit her? Oh, honey, Mom says gently. It's an old custom when a girl becomes, she, Mom trails off, glancing at Lizzie like she's unsure she should continue. I got my period, Lizzie shouts. Congratulate me. I'm a woman now. Honestly, if the floor would open up and swallow me, I would go happily. I don't know where to look. I knew all the girls at school saw a special film in 5th grade on becoming a woman, while us boys were sent outside to play dodgeball, and I heard whispering last year of girls who had accidents during school and had to tie their sweatshirts around their waists, but I can't say I really understand any of it. Lizzie's having the milestone moment, and I'm not any part of it. Starting to feel like a third wheel, I back up, muttering, congratulations. That's great. Okay, bye. Mom closes the door to the bathroom, and I hear the sound of boxes being opened. I know Mom keeps her woman stuff under the sink, but I'd never so much glanced at boxes to see what's inside them. I know you two are growing up fast. You're already taller than me, and now this with Lizzie, her eyes fill with tears. Where does the time go? Soon you'll be off to college. There's no talking to her when she gets all sentimental like this. I keep glancing at the comic in my lap while she goes on about time flying. Finally, she gets the hint. I scribble a note to Lizzie, apologizing for acting weird, but when I go to stick the note in the hole, it won't go through. I jam it in again, but it still won't go. I pull the paper out and put my eye to the hole. No wonder it won't go anywhere. Instead of seeing the back of the poster that usually hangs there, all I see is a wad of tinfoil. I knocked twice on the wall, but she didn't answer. I consider sending an email, but we never email each other. The suitcase by my door beckons. If Lizzie is tuning me out, I might as well get a jump on the keys. I kneel down to unlatch the case, but as soon as I flip it open, I know I won't do it. We've been in this together from the beginning. It just wouldn't be right. I start packing for the trip instead. It's almost noon the next day before Lizzie comes over. Hey, she says, leaning against my desk. She doesn't look any different. Hey, she notices my packed duffel bag on the foot of my bed. All packed? Yep, you? Nope. I'm not used to it being awkward between us, and I'm hoping it all goes away very soon. I'm sorry about the tinfoil, she says. It's okay. I just need some, I don't know, privacy, I guess. Just for a little while. I understand. Good. I suddenly feel embarrassed again, like last night. I have to redeem myself somehow for just ducking away. Are you feeling any better? She nods. A little crampy, but better. Your mom really helped me out. My dad was freaking. He was running around in circles in the living room. It was pretty funny. Yeah, my mom's a little freaked out too. Us getting older and stuff. Enough serious talk, she says, sitting down on the floor next to the suitcase. Let's get to work. Relieved not to have to talk about it anymore, I quickly grab my box from the desk and join her. Every type of key imaginable stares up from us at the bottom of the suitcase. Brass and copper and silver and yellow, and even a few translucent ones. Big and small and fat and thin, some are so rusty they almost fall apart in our hands. While some look like they were minted a year ago, we keep banging into each other as we try to stick the keys in the holes. But it would take way too long if only one of us did it at a time, so we get into a rhythm. And now we're knocking off elbows just once every 4 or 5 keys. Mom, who's off from work today, brings us grilled cheese sandwiches from lunch. We take breaks only to run to the bathroom. At 4 o'clock, the miraculous happens. One of my keys goes all the way into the hole. I grab Lizzie's arm and she freezes. Do it, she says. Turn it. I take a deep breath and turn it to the right. Nothing happens. The other way, she says. Turn it the other way. That sounds familiar, I mutter, remembering the door to Harold Folgard's office, but I do it anyway. And it turns. It turns easily. I hear a click as some mechanism snaps into place. We look at each other in shock and glee, then we both jump up yelling. We run and yell in circles around the pile of discarded keys. Mom comes in to join us in the circle. I can't believe that we actually found one after looking in so many places. Our theory was right. If we searched enough keys, maybe we'd find the one that worked, and we did. After the jumping and yelling ends, we eagerly dive back into the suitcase. Careful not to go too fast and miss one, I warn. Don't worry, I'm being very careful. Look for ones that look like the one that worked. The one that worked was long and silver. We try all the ones that even remotely resemble it, but they don't do anything. At 6 o'clock, Mom makes us come into the kitchen to eat. A hamburger for me, veggie burger for Lizzie. Mr. Molden joins us. He and Mom have grown-up food, a green pepper stuffed with some sort of rice and tomato and chopped meat glop. So what are you going to do while Lizzie's away? I ask Lizzie's dad. Oh, the usual, he says between bites of dinner. I'm sure he's only pretending to enjoy. Wild parties, dancing till dawn, that sort of thing. And here I thought you'd miss me, Lizzie says. Of course I'll miss you, he says. But I'm glad you're going out of the country. We all need to breathe that fresh air every now and again. All those cows don't make the air very fresh, Lizzie complains. There aren't any cows at Grandma's B&B. There's some kind of funky smell there. It's the cats. You love cats. I love my cat, she corrects. Not all cats. Your grandmother has what, like 12 of them? I nod. 12 cats, 12 rooms. Only cat lovers stay there. Hey, Dad, guess what? Lizzie asks, apparently already having lost interest in the cats. I give up. We found one of the keys to Jeremy's box. He looks at me and grins. That's wonderful. I know, and we still have a lot to go through. You two get back to it if you like, my mom says. Just finish your burgers. 5 minutes later, we're back on our knee in front of the open suitcase. 50 minutes after that, we find our second key. Lizzie's hand shakes as she turns it and it clicks into place. This time we sit calmly, although my heart is racing. The second key is short and squat, nothing at all like the first. They could all be here, she says, her voice cracking. They might be able to open the box on your birthday after all. I know, I whisper, realizing I never left myself believe that it might actually happen. So what are we waiting for? 2 hours later, I'm blurry-eyed and ready to pass out, but still I forge ahead. Soon Mom knocks on the door and suggests to Lizzie that it might be time to go home. We just have about 20 more to go, Mom. Okay, but the train leaves Penn Station at 9 a.m., so we'll be getting up early. With 8 keys to go, I find the third one. It slides right in. After that, it's a mad scramble to try the other 8, but none of them even go halfway into the last keyhole. It's over. I can't believe it's over. I stare helplessly at the jumbled box of rejected keys. Well, that bites, Lizzie says. I don't say anything, picking up the box with the 3 keys sticking out of it. I shake it as if it would help. Whoops, I lost my place. Hold on. There we go. What are we going to do? Lizzie asks. I look over at the pile of discarded keys and grit my teeth until they hurt. We could try each one again. It would go faster this time since we'd only have to try it in one hole. I can't stand to look at one more key tonight, Lizzie, but maybe you can do it during your HOJ. I'm so tired. I don't want to do anything during HOJ except sleep. But I nod. Okay, that's fine. I still have to pack, Lizzie says, getting slowly to her feet. See you bright and early. I grunt and force myself to retry all the keys in the one remaining lock. None of them work. I'm practically delirious with exhaustion at this point. As a final resort, I retried the 3 keys that did work in the 1 empty keyhole. Nothing. I'm so disappointed, I feel hollow. I scribble a note and stick it in the hole. The tinfoil is gone. To be 1 key short the day before we leave is almost worse than being 4 keys short. Maybe it is worse. This has been 24 hours full of highs and lows. I'd like to get off the roller coaster. In the morning, I transfer all the stuff from my duffel into the new suitcase. It looks much more grown up than the old canvas bag. A cab honks downstairs to take us to the station. I say a quick goodbye to Fish as Mom hurries me out the door. Lizzie is already on the stoop. She's holding a note I sent last night about not finding the keys. She looks up and I can see the concern in her eyes. Are you doing okay? I nod and force myself to smile bravely. What else can I do? If I don't smile, I'll cry. I watch the cabbie put our bags in the trunk. We tried the best we could, right? Lizzie crumples the note and sticks it in her pocket. We sure did. That has to count for something. Come on, let's try to have fun at your grandma's. You know, go with the flow, like Mr. Rudolph said. I'm not sure I can, I reply honestly. There'll be funnel cake, she says. I smile for real this time. And food on sticks? Food always tastes better on sticks. That's the spirit, she says, as Mom ushers us into the back of the cab. When we get to the station, Mom leads up to the huge electronic sign that lists all the different places we need to go. Our train goes to Dover, New Jersey, and will take about a half an hour. There's one to Chicago, one to Miami, and even one to Los Angeles. Our train leaves in 6 minutes, and we have to run across practically the whole station. Lizzie has her hula hoop over one shoulder, and it keeps flying around her head and hitting people every few feet. She calls out, "Sorry about that," or "Oops, excuse me, sorry." We make our train with 2 minutes to spare. We stash on our suitcases on the rack above our heads, but the hula hoop is too wide. Lizzie puts it on the floor under our seat, and we all have to keep our feet inside so it doesn't slide into the row behind us. Lizzie grumbles that when this is all over, she's going to burn the wretched thing. I remind her that it's plastic and therefore won't burn well and would probably give off toxic fumes. She mutters something I can't hear and gives the hula hoop a kick. Grandma is waiting for us at the station. It's been months since I've seen her, but she doesn't look any older. After Dad's accident, she aged about 10 years overnight. Since then, she stayed the same. Grandma is like the Easter peep that I found. She'll be here forever. Before we can stop her, she's tossing our bags into the van. Grandma's so used to carrying people's stuff at the bed and breakfast that she's gotten really strong. She smiles when she sees the hula hoop. Are you excited for the talent show? She asks Lizzie. I expect Lizzie to grumble, but instead she forces her mouth into a smile and nods. Jeremy is really excited too. Aren't you, Jeremy? I'm already in the van at this point. Oh, very, I mutter. Why don't I believe them? Grandma asks Mom as we shut the door behind us. When we arrive at the Cat Paw B&B, 45 minutes later, I'm feeling like a little car sick. The country roads, all flat. Lizzie and I stumble out of the van. She looks a little pale, too. Mom asks her if she's feeling okay, and I hear her whisper that her stomach hurts a little. Mom says she'll give her some Advil, but that it's normal and will go away in a few days. I realize they're talking about woman stuff again, not car sickness. I grab my suitcase and hurry to the inn. I'm greeted by 6 cats in various positions. Some of them cleaning different body parts with their tongues, some sleeping, one batting around a mouse made of yarn, and another one scratching the leg of a chair. I don't see my favorite, though. Grandma comes in behind me. I put Tootsie Roll in your room already. Grandmas are the best. I lug my stuff up the flight of stairs to the room I always stay in when I'm here. Mom's room is across the hall, and Lizzie is attached to mine by a door. Tootsie Roll's long and brown. He's waiting for me on my pillow. He purrs when I pet him, but no growling purr, like Zilla makes. Grandma's cats are normal cats, not prehistoric beasts dressed in cat costumes. Grandma put a photo of a family visit to the inn at my night table. It was a few years after she opened it when I was 3. Tootsie Roll was just a kitten then, and Grandma let me name her. I make myself look away from Dad's smiling face in the picture. I have to unpack all my clothes right away, or else I feel really unsettled. While I'm stuffing things into drawers, I hear Lizzie and Mom trudging up the stairs. Mom suggests to Lizzie that she lie down for a few hours. Not to be unfeeling or anything, but if Lizzie's going to be sick this whole week, it's going to be pretty boring. The suitcase is now empty except for 3 items that I had carefully wrapped in newspaper. First, I put Dad's box and placed it on the night table next to the photo. Even though I won't be opening it, I couldn't bear to leave it home alone. Then I unwrapped the apple Mr. Rudolph gave me, which is only slightly mushy, and placed it on the desk next to the printout of care and feeding instructions for your temporary cat that Grandma leaves in every room. I sit on the edge of the bed and pet Tootsie Roll. The absence of noise is deafening. It always takes me a while to get used to it. Outside the window, a real live deer is nibbling on one of the bushes. This place really couldn't be any more opposite from our street. I put my ear next to the door that divides my room from Lizzie's, but I don't hear anything. She's actually sleeping in the middle of the day. Even when we were little kids, Lizzie always refused to nap. She must really be feeling sick. Not for the first time. I'm glad I'm a boy. Bored already, I head downstairs to see if I can drum up some interest in a card game. Grandma has most of the rooms filled with the state fairs going on, and usually a guest in the common room looking for company. Not now, though. This place is quiet as a tomb, except for all the cats, of course. Lizzie's hula hoop is leaning against the wall. What the heck? No one's around anyway. I drop the hoop around my waist, move into the center of the room, and start moving my hips in circles. I'm pretty good at this. I'm a natural. The hoop spins around and around, the little beads inside zooming rhythmically. I bend my knees, still moving my hips, and the hoop is now about a foot off the ground. Still, it zooms around and around. I slowly stand back up, it goes with me. After a few minutes of this, my car sickness returns. I circle the hoop around my thighs, then my knees, then calves before I let it rest on the ground. From behind me, applause and a low whistle break out. I whirl around and trip on the side of the hoop in the process. Lizzie, Mom, and Grandma are all standing there clapping. My cheeks burn, but I manage an awkward bow. Lizzie walks over and picks up her hula hoop. How long have you been hiding this secret talent from me? I'd like to know that too, Mom says. I thought you were sleeping, I said to Lizzie accusingly. Maybe I should have signed you up for the hula hoop contest, Grandma says. Calm down, everyone, I say, backing into the main entryway. I was just goofing around. Let's all forget we saw that. Do it again, Jeremy, Lizzie demands, thrusting the hula hoop at me. Wait till I grab my video camera, Mom says, poised to run upstairs. I see my opening and take it. Running at top speed out the front door, I hear laughter behind me. When outnumbered by women laughing at you, I found the best thing to do is run as fast as you can.